Okay, I'm going to show you how to download the zip file of the Rocket Layout CAD, which is the same process that is used for bringing the CAD into the backup system. So we're going to run through this. I obviously have the CAD open from the Teamcenter connected NX. I also have my VPN turned on since I'm off campus. If you're on campus, you're not going to want to connect here, but in this case, I am off campus. So I have the Rocket layout file open right here. You want to go to File, then Export Assembly from Teamcenter. Click on that real quick. And I'm going to run you through a few of the things you have to modify in order to make this export happen. So first things first, the thing you're going to want to change is this output directory and this associated files root directory. I'm going to actually clear out, or at least try to clear out things so it makes it back to the, all right. The default is this, this root or this directory. You're going to want to change that. So go into your file system and create some kind of place to put it. So in this case, I'm going to make a new folder and put it there. So let's say CAD Rocket. Cool. I'm going to copy that path. So let me get in there, copy this pathway up top. Let's close out of there and paste it in. I'm going to paste the same directory in the associated files root directory. And then I'm going to copy the same one as well. But in this case, I'm actually going to do a backslash. And I'm going to add the name of the zip file that I want to output. So the idea is we want to output an actual zip file containing all of the Rocket parts and CAD, all the files within the zip file. But we want to give this zip file a name within this new folder we just made. So let's call it, let's say just file name. We can fill in the blank there. However, real quick, if we wanted to connect this to the GitHub, so let me bring that on the screen real quick. If we wanted to connect it to this GitHub repository, the PSPL Copperhead CAD repository, we would want to add in the output directory, associated files root directory, and the output zip file to be within the local location of this repository. In my case, I'll just navigate to it real quick. I have it here. So, this is the path. This is the path to get to this location. You can see I already have instances of these Rocket zip files. This is the format the naming takes. But this is where I have Heartbeat uploading all the CAD to. But let's say if you wanted to just like download a local instance of the Rocket CAD outside of GitHub, in that case, you would follow the steps I showed you and just output it to some file folder you make. So this is all good. We have the zip file set up and the root directories set up. That's good. You want to change your export action to use existing. I really don't know the difference. I just don't like the tone of overwrite. It scares me a bit. So use existing sounds a bit safer. I don't really know if it makes a difference. If there is a big difference and it changes things, I'll make an update to this video. But I probably won't figure out what that means. So we're just going to go with it. So the next thing is, you can't really see it, but there's supposed to be a button right here. I'm just giving a sliver of it because this bar is taking up all the space. You want to add an assembly to export. Since we're exporting the Rocket layout file, it's more of an assembly than a part file, so we're going to do add assembly here. I'm going to click on that little button there, and then I'm going to click on this file since that's the one we want to export. So click OK there, click OK there. It's going to take a second to load here. And then we're going to just click OK. You're also going to get like another window that pops up that is a bunch of text. I'll drag it on to the screen real quickly. Don't worry about that. That's just like a log. So it should have worked. So let's open up that file that we just made. Let's see if I remember where I put it. Let's see, where did I put it? CAD Rocket, there it is. So you can see we populated this folder. It gives you like, I don't know, it makes like a bunch of, here, it gives you a bunch of the parts outside of that zip file. I honestly, I don't know, you can delete it if you want. We mostly just want to keep this nice clean zip file as like the backup. We don't really want to use this expanded out stuff, but not really something to worry about. And now I'm going to just like demonstrate how these files are still editable. So let's open up the regen chamber part file, or layout file in this case. So I'm going to double tap that. I already have NX open, a non-Teamcenter connected version of NX. So let's mess around with this for a second. You can see it opened up. You can see we can still access the assembly file within this branch system. We can also still see we have access to the parts. So none of the assembly file system layout, whatever, got really messed up here. It's all pretty much the same as it was in Teamcenter. You can also expand out these feature groups. You can go into the sketches and make edits. I won't in this case. Actually, I will. This is not constrained. Interesting. Let's say I wanted to make that one click finish. You know, it'll update and perform and edit just as it would as if it was on Teamcenter, which is pretty cool. I'm getting a warning here on the other screen here, but that's not really a concern. Anyway, you can edit just as you would on Teamcenter, and I'll make a video later about getting an old revision that you want to take the place of something that's already on Teamcenter. In the case of, you know, a lost file or a overwritten file that you want to bring back to an older revision. I'll make that video a bit later. I don't have a reason yet to do that type of reversion. So ideally I want to wait until I need to. I don't want to do it without a cause, pretty much. So that video will come later when the time comes. So that's pretty much it. That's how you download files from Teamcenter NX. If you are automating this, in the case of like revamping Heartbeat, you pretty much have to automate every step along the way of going through and downloading, and every click has to be manually typed in unless you figure out a different way to do it. So be aware of that. This is the process you want to follow, though. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.